So it's a proven fact that men will do anything for a woman that they care about. And it's also proven that some men will go great lengths and do whatever it takes in order to get you into bed. So, as a young lady who is in a relationship or about to enter into a relationship, how do you know when a man truly loves you? That is what we are going to discuss today. I am Jessica Daniels, for those of you who are new. And for my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always coming back. It encourages me to continue making great content for you. And today, I have a special announcement at the end of the video. So please make sure you watch it to the end. Pull up a chair, get yourself a drink, and let's begin. One of the things a man would do if he truly loves you is to give you space. He will give you space to grow, to express your creativity, to become the woman that God has destined you to be. He will never suppress you or try to silence your voice. Many years ago, a very close friend of mine told me about a guy that she was dating. And just having normal conversations one day, he made a statement that scared her and made her to end the relationship. He said, "My woman can never earn more than me. Why will my woman have more money than I do? It will never happen." She left quickly. Thank God she did. And I just want to say, if that man married anybody and the woman turned up dead in the future, please, he should be the first suspect. Anyway, somebody who loves you will not mind whether you are more successful than they are. They will not be threatened by your efforts. They will not be threatened by your accomplishments. Instead, it will be a delight to them to see you growing, to see you expressing the abilities that God has endowed you with. Somebody who loves you will enjoy seeing you succeed. So if you're in a relationship right now and the man is making indirect statements such as the one I just stated, please reevaluate that relationship, because going forward he might want to marry you, but when you get married, he will never allow you to follow your dreams. He will never allow you to accomplish your visions. And you are not here just to be somebody's wife. You have visions. God has put something in you that is supposed to benefit your world. So somebody who cannot allow you to fly, to soar like an eagle, who is always trying, looking for ways to clip your wings, to make you feel worthless about what you are doing, or always criticizing your efforts, the efforts that you put into your work or your business or your passion, that person does not love you. A lot of people are in loveless relationships. They are in loveless marriages. Yes, they are married, but they are miserable because their partner cannot allow them to grow. Their partner cannot allow them to express their gifts. And if you cannot express your gift, you will be miserable. So that is the first thing you should look out for. That person should encourage your creativity. He should encourage you to fly. And the second thing is that they will listen to you and they will hear you. Now, there's this misconception that women are always talking, and men are brought up with this misconception that a woman does not have anything reasonable to say. That is not true. In like 50% of the cases, the dynamics are different. The man might be the one who talks a lot, and the woman might be the listener. The people who say that are using their own situations to blanket the whole population, and that is not right. Please do your research before you make such comments. If he loves you, he will listen to everything you say. He will respect your opinion. And not only listening, he will hear you, such that he can point out little details in anything that you say, then he really hears you. You need a man who can really hear you in order to have a successful long-term relationship. And with listening to you comes respecting your opinion. He will respect your opinion if he loves you, because everything about you will be awesome in his eyes. He wants to know what you think about situations. He wants to hear your contributions. Sometimes he might not always take your advice, but he will listen to you and he will consider it. And then if he feels okay, what he wants to do is better, then he will go ahead. But every now and then you realize that he's actually taking your advice and doing things the way you suggested. That person loves you. The third thing you should take note of: if a man loves you, he will take care of you, whatever your definition of care is, and you will feel taken care of, whether it's listening to you, whether it's spending time with you, whether it's getting you stuff. Whatever your definition of care is, you will know that he's caring for you. That way you can tell that he loves you. But if you are in a relationship with somebody who does not care for you at all, does not pay you any mind, does not pay attention to anything that is happening with you or to you, you might just realize that you're managing a very, very terrible situation. And I realize that some people's minds, maybe because of the way they were brought up and the kind of situations they grew up in, their minds have become twisted. Caring for you does not mean hitting you. That is not and will never be a show of love. Somebody who loves you and cares for you will never beat you. I don't care if he buys you the world after he beats you up. It is not love. Beating you, hitting you is never an expression of love. If you're in a relationship right now and the person is hitting you, beating you, abusing you, verbally or physically, that person does not love you. The person might just be with you because of what he's benefiting from you, either the sex or the money or the influence. But somebody who loves you will never hit you. So please eliminate that option from your definition of love. Hitting you is not an expression of love. And the fourth thing you should take note of is that if they love you, they will never push you to do what you don't want to do. I need a drink. Like I said in the first point, they will allow you to express yourself in your own way. They will allow you to do things when you want to. They will never force you to do things you don't want to do or to do things when you don't want to do it. There are many instances of this, but the most common one is when a man is trying to pressure you into sex before marriage and is trying to manipulate you by saying, I love you, don't you love me? If you really love me, then you will do what I say. If he loves you and you tell him no sex before marriage, he will respect that. And he will wait. I'm sure you all know the phrase, true love waits. That is true. Somebody who loves you, if you say you don't want it at that time, even if he wants it, he will wait just because you do not want it. He will not pressure you. He will not manipulate you into doing what you don't want to do. And lastly, if he loves you, he will give according to his capacity. He doesn't have to be a billionaire before he can give you a gift. He will give you whatever he is able, according to his financial level. Whether it's, oh my God, thank you, honey. My dream car. Or a box of delicious chocolate chip cookies. Whatever he can afford, he will give you. His financial situation will not be an excuse not to gift you something. He will give you whatever he can afford, freely and joyfully, without you asking. You don't have to ask a man who loves you before he gives to you. He will give you what he thinks you need or what he thinks you will want. So if you want a bigger stuff or something different, then you may need to ask. But initially, he will give you what he feels you like. I know of married people who have to beg their husbands before they even give them money to take care of themselves. I mean, these people are married. But if you check the marriage, you realize that some of the things I've listed in this checklist are absent also. So if you're not yet married, please save yourself. A loveless marriage is a terrible place to be in. You need your spouse to love you. If you cannot check these off your list, please take a step back. Don't rush into marriage. Because when you are there and you realize that there is no love, you will want to run out. And then, as Christians, you know God does not condone divorce. So most times, you might want to be in the relationship to just manage things. You cannot manage things for, let me say, 40 to 50 years. It will be hell on earth. Please pay attention to these signs and make sure that you can check them off your list. If you have just entered the relationship in like 2 weeks and he's not yet giving you stuff, then you have to be patient. But make sure you can check these off your list as time goes on before you make any commitment. There are many other things, but I just say I should list these because these are the main ones. And now for my special announcement. When I was getting married, I asked several people to walk with me down the aisle. You know what I mean? My best girls. So I reached out to some people that I felt I had a good relationship with. One of them was my classmate in school, and we already decided that whoever was getting married first, the other person would be the chief bridesmaid. So that one was settled. I and my fiance decided that we're going to have 7 groomsmen and 7 bridesmaids, including the chief. Unfortunately, one of them had to resume work around the time when I was getting married. So she traveled back to the state where she was working, and the other one was preparing for her exams. So at the end of the day, I had 4 girls. I've been meaning to do this for a very long time, but I have been waiting for the perfect time. And today, being my wedding anniversary, I've decided to do a little tribute of appreciation to these amazing ladies. One of them is already married. These ladies are awesome. I mean, if you want to get together your friends to walk you down the aisle, these are the kind of ladies you should look out for. They are amazing. They are hardworking. They are loving and caring. I attend weddings and I see how ladies leave the bride, and during the break between the wedding and the reception, they will go and be priming themselves, trying to apply their makeup and look good, and the bride will be there sorting herself out. I mean, come on, why are you her best girls? You're supposed to be there taking care of her. That is her day. Your day will come. Somebody will also attend to you. So anyway, these girls, they were just so awesome, and I just thank God for them, and I just had to do this today. So I just want to say to the 4 of you, for your love, for your sacrifices, for all the care and attention, thank you. Only God will bless you. And for the 3 of you that are not yet married, I know these ladies, they are amazing ladies. And I just want to say the men that will find you will consider themselves the luckiest men on the surface of the earth. And with that, meet my best ladies. Vanessa, Nelly, Shola, and Happiness. The best women that any man will ever lay his eyes on. Thank you, ladies. I love you so much.